and we gon' live it up. So give me the green light, cause I'm ready to go. Oh, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, cause I'm ready to go. Oh, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me the green light. I got the green light, mommy, and you know what that means.
My name is Kyra Mullaney. I'm one of the pro drivers here at Le Mans Karting. A little of my background: I started racing dirt go-karts about 17 years ago. Since then, I have raced dirt late models and a little bit of asphalt oval. The last 3 years, I've been more focusing on the course side of the racing aspect. Today, with my experience, I'm going to start a series of videos like the tips, tricks, and techniques of racing. We're mainly going to focus on this track right here, which is Le Mans Karting in Greenville. And I'm going to try to break down each corner by entry, exit, and basically the apex of each corner, how to master each corner, help you set a fast lap time, and overall win every race you get in. We're going to start going over this track, starting with obviously turn 1. Turn 1 is a quick 90-degree angle, very simple, but yet, just like every corner on this track, you need to master it if you want to set a good lap time. How you're going to start off running this corner is obviously when you're coming down the front stretch, you're going to be staying against this outside wall. If you stay against the outside wall, when you enter the corner, it will help the kart be a little bit more smoother, obviously keep the momentum going. If you stay off the wall or enter into the corner, which we'll go over next, if you enter into the corner a little too low, you're going to exit obviously a little too high, which in turn you're going to hit the outside wall and obviously mess up your time. So what you're going to do is obviously stay against the outside wall, enter into the next corner. Obviously you're going to be focusing on the apex, and we'll start work on the exit. Like I said, when you're going to be entering from the eye side or entering from the outside of the track, you're going to be entering into the corner. But like I said before, if you enter too low, when you enter too low, you're actually going to end up hitting that outside wall. Reason is because the kart's going to push. It cannot enter the corner that low because it just doesn't have the traction for it. So you're going to push into the outside wall. Same aspect, if you enter too high, you're going to be missing the grip area, this black area. You're missing this grip area and end up hitting outside wall. So either way, you enter too low, outside wall, enter too high, outside wall again. So what you're going to be actually entering is you're going to be focusing on this point of the track, which was the apex or the center of the corner. You're going to be hitting the apex of the corner, and folks, help with that grip or to help with that area, you're going to be actually blurping the throttle. Blurping the throttle is actually, you're going to be on the throttle, and for a quick second, you're going to get back off the throttle. Doing this motion actually will settle the kart downwards and in turn give you a little extra traction on the front end and help you steer into the corner to keep the kart tight when you enter in. Obviously don't hit the outside wall. Now we're going to be going to the outside of the exit of turn 1. On the exit of turn 1, you're going to be going to the outside of the wall. Like I said, you're going to go right next to this wall right here, but don't touch it. You want to stay I'd say about a foot off of it, because there's a green area. There's a dust zone. It's going to mess up your kart. You're going to get loose. So you want to stay just off the wall, but make sure you stay close to it. When you're going into turn 2, entering turn 2, you want to be like I'd say about this mark, going to be about halfway. Stay in, like I said, the black zone. You see where a lot of people are running. You see where a lot of people grip. So stay in this area, hit this apex, just touch the corner very softly. You're going to keep the gas down. You might want to blurp it a little bit going in, but for the most part, you're at full speed. But this is where the tough part is. Remember, you're going to be about a cart and a half length off the corner, just so you have enough area. You don't want to go too wide. You're wasting area. You don't want to go too low. You don't want to bind the cart. So again, you're going to go back a cart and a half. You're going to be entering turn 3. When you enter turn 3, like I said, you're still going to be in the black zone, but this is, like I said, you're trying to stabilize all the way across. A little bit of gas, a little bit of brake, enough to keep that kart in that position back there. So now we're at the apex of turn 3. At the apex turn 3, like I said, you're going to be keeping the momentum up. You're going to be hitting the gas pedal, and a little bit of brake action, apply brake as much as you need to stay tight to disc, but again, you don't want to bind it up. Your whole goal coming off at turn 3 is you're going to drift about halfway, or position the car about halfway between both walls. If you keep it flowing out, you keep the gas pedal on too long, you will drift up. The kart will stay free, stay fast, but you're going to mess up turn 4. Turn 4, you actually want to position yourself so wide that you make the flow real tight. As you will see in a minute, it goes from about 5-6 cart length wide to about 3, maybe 2.5. So we're gonna get you set up for turn 4 the cart. So now we're gonna be entering turn 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna be entering turn 4. Like I said, you're gonna be about halfway in between. You're gonna come into this corner. You're gonna hit your apex, and then you're gonna start drifting on out. You might have to blurp the throttle a little bit, but for the most part, you should be at full speed, and you should be just fast enough to come across this wall. What you're going to do is you're going to come all the way to this outside, and you're going to run this outside all the way down. It is okay to glaze this a little bit. Don't hit it too hard. It will slow you down. But for the most part, there's a lot of traction in this area. So you're going to run this all the way down to the outside. But remember, we talked about that most of this track is all about momentum. There's not a lot of power in these karts. But what you are going to do in this corner is you're going to break that momentum by actually pivoting the cart. You're going to stay to the outside. At this point, you're going to pivot the cart. Start steering left, remember, a little early of the corner, and then you're going to head straight for the next corner. Now, the hard part about this corner is you're actually going to do this motion, pivot, a little bit of brake, a little bit of left action, but you're going to do it actually before the corner. I know it's hard to say because you think, oh, I'm going to hit the inside wall, but if you do it correctly, you won't. If you do it just before the corner, the cart actually will pivot late, and that's because it is small tires, concrete track. It is a stiff go-kart. It has not as good suspension as a car. So when it enters the corner, it will be delayed a little bit because you're asking it to do a lot in a little bit of time. So when you actually enter into the corner, you're going to pivot, and you're going to aim for that apex. And like I said, you're going to aim a little early because in turn, the cart's going to be a little late, and you'll hit everything just on mark. Corner. So hit this mark. You're going to be going straight. Remember, if you enter too high, you're going to drift out. If you enter too low, you're going to drift out again. So you're going to come straight across. You're going to pivot that cart, come all the way straight across, and you're going to be entering the next corner. When you enter, it should be a straight-on patch. Shouldn't be too hard. Should be full gas. And you're going to be entering all the way through, keeping the cart tight, keeping it against this wall all the way across. Now, this is the hardest part of the track, like we talked about. You're going to be hitting the outside wall, but just like turn 1, you're going to be trying to not hit the wall, stay close to it. You're going to stay about a foot off of it, maybe a little bit less because there's still that green area there. So you're going to come off the wall or come off that corner, touch this wall very slightly, start pivoting, and then you're going to hit that brake. You don't want to lock it up. You want to keep the momentum going, just like going into turn 3. But then you're going to come in, just glaze this area, just a little bit of gas, a little bit of brake, but keep the momentum going. Don't pitch it too wide because you'll bind the cart down. You'll hear the motor start cutting off, but you don't want to take it too wide because if you have to turn twice, you just lost that speed. So you're going to enter straight, go all the way through, and you're going to be going straight to the checker line. Totally finish the race, do everything perfect, do 2 laps in a row. Everything will work out great. My name is Kyler Mullaney. We're going to continue doing these videos. I'm going to try to throw in some GoPro footage, seeing me do what we've been talking about in these videos. I'm going to try to continue with some more videos. We're going to try to go into the next aspect of pedals, when to hit the gas, when to hit the brake. We're going to go into passing, how to make a crossover, how to set up a pass, how to be offensive, how to be defensive. We'll go over all these things in the next videos, but I hope you learned everything today. Have a great day.